Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a special video that I'm making for myself and for you. For moments when you feel insecure, weak, doubtful, afraid. This is what God says about you. Because at the end of the day, who do we serve? Our mind, or do we serve God? Why do you listen to what your mind tells you about yourself and not listen to what the Bible tells you about yourself, what God tells you about yourself? So I'm here to remind you. Say this whenever you need a quick pick-me-up. I'm about to affirm you using scripture while I get ready. Let's go. Already did my skincare because Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the thoughts I have of you, thoughts of peace, not evil, plans to give you hope and a future." Like, you know, all those promises God made you, like those goals that God placed in your heart. Let's remember that when Moses was leading the people of Egypt, he finally convinced Pharaoh to let them go. Scripture says that he could have brought them the easy route. The easy route was way quicker, but he brought them to Philistine country because he knew if he took them the easy route, the second the going got tough, they were going to be discouraged and they were going to go back. So that redirection is protection. So if things aren't going your way, it's okay because he has plans to prosper you and he's bringing you the way that curves in and out and not the easy way. On your way to your promise, when things stop going your way and they start going God's way, trust that the redirection is simply for your protection. Because his plans are way greater than us. And that reminds me of Job. In the book of Job, Job was doing everything right. He literally was a righteous man in the eyes of God. Yet he lost everything. And in his moments of suffering, God showed up to him and said, "Where were you when I created the world?" Let's not forget this creator versus creature instinct. We're not supposed to understand all of God's plans because we weren't there when he created the world. He knows all things. We have a small, finite, and limited perspective, but he knows exactly the route he needs to take you in order for you to be successful, in order for you to make it to your promised land, to your goals. Genesis 1:27 says that we were made in God's image. Now, we're not perfect. We are not gods, but we were made in his image. You were made in his image. Don't you think the plans for your life also reflect his image? Trust the plan. Girl, you're wonderfully and fearfully made. What's all this insecurity for? Philippians 1:6 says, "Be confident in this, that he who began the good work in you will carry it out to completion." You're not even in your truest final form. If you're still living, if you're still breathing, the plan is not done. He's still working in you. Be patient with him. Who are we to not be patient with our Creator? Who are we to question? Do you think that you're a better artist than God himself? Is that what you're saying by being insecure about yourself? Are you saying that you could have done a better job, that God made a mistake? You're still in the works. He's still working on you. Isn't that encouraging? Psalm 45:11 says that the King himself, Jesus, is enthralled with your beauty. Honor him, for he is Lord. How do we honor him? We have to sink into that same perspective. Be enthralled with your own beauty. Leads me to 1 Peter 3:3 that says, "Your beauty should not come from outward adornment." What does that mean? Your true beauty comes from your ability to love others and love yourself. Outward adornment, such as your hair, your jewelry, or fine clothes. Rather, your beauty is that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in the sight of the Lord. Meaning that if you're going to focus on improving anything, let it be your internal qualities, because that is what God is talking about when he says beauty. The Jesus glow is not just something we made up for social media, okay? When you work on yourself, meaning you're healing your traumas with Jesus, and you're taking care of your body, you're getting closer to Jesus, you physically glow. That's what you should be prioritizing. Our evidence is that is Moses. When Moses physically encounters God, his face literally glowed from being in God's presence. Because if you and when you prioritize these things, God will truly allow for the outside world to see your true beauty that comes from your relationship with him. Songs of Solomon 4:7 says, "You are altogether beautiful, my darling." There is no flaw in you. This is scripture, okay? If, for instance, you feel unimportant, overseen, not special, just remember, Jeremiah 1:5 says, before I formed you in your mother's womb, before you ever even existed, before you were born, I set you apart. This season of your life in which you're chasing God, you're not alone. You're not lonely. Don't use those words. You're set apart. All things that are valuable must be set apart. If all things have access to you, your value goes down. Every little understanding you have of God, every revelation of who He is Him deciding to show Himself to you, is Him revealing Himself to you. How important do you have to be? How set apart and how chosen do you have to be for God Himself to want to reveal Himself to you? Way before you were even born, He chose you. Psalm 139:14 says, all of your works are wonderful. We are His works. You are His works. You are His masterpiece. He created you. He thought of you, your name, your characteristics, your abilities, your gifts, far before you were even conceived in your mother's womb. He was so intentional with the making of you. Don't insult the Creator now. 2 Corinthians 12:9. My grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in your weakness. That means that your moments of weakness were perfectly crafted to show you that He is sufficient. He is enough. He is all you need. Therefore, I will boast about my weakness so that Christ can rest in you. Your weakness is literally your flex. Want to be weak so that Christ can rest in you. So that thing that you're going through right now that you feel like is your weakness, that you're never going to get over, that's literally His way of having an in your life. He says, come to me, all those who are weary and brokenhearted. I will give you rest. Whole time, your weakness is actually your superpower. Matthew 5:3 says, blessed are the ones poor in spirit. Theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Whole time you're here thinking that it's your downfall, but it's really what's going to get you to the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed to be able to mourn because He is your comfort. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely accuse you. Falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. Isaiah 4:29 says, He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Romans 8:37 says, in all these things you are more than a conqueror through Him who loves us. Because if He is for you, who can be against you? Who can stand up against you if you are a child of God? 1 Peter 2:9 says, but you are my chosen people. You are His chosen person. A royal priesthood. You are royalty. A holy nation. God's special possession. God, King of the universe. Jesus, the author of everything, and you are His most valuable, prized possession. You may declare the praises of He who calls you out of the darkness into His wonderful light. I don't know about you, but I was definitely called out of the darkness. That makes you so special, because how many people are still living in darkness, still living in deceit, and here you are. John 15:16 says, you did not choose me, but I chose you. God chose you. You didn't choose Him. Chose you and appointed you so that you may go and bear fruits. Fruits that will last. And so that whatever you ask in the Father's name, the Father will give to you. You're spoiled, girl. Romans 5:8. But God demonstrates His own love for us while we are still sinners. Christ died for us. There's nothing you can do or not do to make Him love you more. You were born to be loved by Him. Romans 8:38. I am convinced that neither death nor life, nor angels nor demons, nor present nor future, or any powers, neither heights nor depth nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate you from the love that is in Jesus Christ. Nothing can keep you from that love. Because 1 John 3:1, what great love the Father has lavished on us, me and you, that we should be called children of God. Circumstances, your family situation, your parental situation, it doesn't matter because we have a true Father. That is what we are, children of God, God's daughters. And so be it. You, my love, are chosen, appointed, special, able, capable, and to top it off, you have him, and he's all you're ever gonna need. I love you. You are essential. And if you made it this far in the video, comment the rose emoji and subscribe to my channel for more. Your mind is a liar, okay? You don't have to come into agreement with all of the insecurities and the falsehood that's created by your mind. Come into agreement with the things that scripture tells you. And if you ever need a reminder, come back to this video because we don't serve our minds. We serve God.